Joining me now for another edition of Know Your Knights is Knights EHL forward Austin Weber. And Austin, thanks for giving us a few minutes here before practice. But you guys, fresh off coming back from the EHL showcase up in Walpole, Massachusetts. First and foremost, you guys get a win on that weekend, and just in terms of going to a showcase, how do you feel you did, and how do you feel the team came out at the end of the day?
Well, I thought I battled hard. I got pucks deep, pucks on net.
Sure.
Did my job. A lot of scouts there, a lot of pressure. I don't know. Team did good, especially on Saturday. We battled our way. We all worked hard, gave our 60 minutes or whatever, and we came out with a win. That's always good for the boys. First day against Vermont, we kind of let up for about 10, 15 minutes, and you saw them get 3 goals unanswered. That can't happen. We got to play a full game.
Sure.
And we'll get a lot more wins.
Sure. Now, since you've joined this team, you've played a fair amount of games here now, I believe around 10 or 11. You've been a steady supply of assists out there on the ice. How would you describe your game? Is it just playmaker, or do you go further than that?
Probably playmaker at the most. I don't know. I try and just keep pucks deep and then see if anyone's open. Like Nielsen's usually on the back door wide open, and I can hit him for an easy goal.
Sure.
It'd be nice to get a goal too, but
sure. It's coming. We're confident in that. Now, as you're 97. You've been in junior hockey for a while now. And you kind of touched on it in that first response. But what's kind of some of the messages, or even just advice that you give some of the younger players on this team? We've talked to everyone who comes through here about this is kind of a young roster, good mix of veterans at the top of the roster, but also a lot of guys who are new to junior hockey or just 99s, 2000s. What kind of message do you give them on a regular basis?
Well, I tell them to go out there and work as hard as they can. There's tons of scouts here. I mean, Tom's always watching, Whitey's always watching. They never know what's going to happen here.
Right.
The harder they work, the more they put on muscle in the gym, the easier they can get up to another level.
Sure.
So that's what I want them to do.
Gotcha. Yeah, just in terms of, it's been a bit of a roller coaster season so far, and one of the things Coach Fusco talks about a lot, some of the other veteran guys, is sometimes it can be, when the roller coaster's up, everybody's up, and then when it's down, everyone's kind of down. How do you kind of keep guys, not motivated, that's not the right word, but how do you keep your heads up even when things are, hitting the skids a little bit, when, like you said, in that Vermont game where they score a few in a stretch of minutes there? What's the key to kind of keeping guys, active, up-tempo, and not hanging their heads too much?
Well, I mean, everyone does have to keep their head up. I mean, we just got to keep battling. I mean, they're going to score on you. There's rarely a game that's 0-0. I mean, it's going to happen. I mean, you just got to fight through it. I mean, you see teams in the NHL that are down 4-1 and they come back and win. I mean, they're doing their job. They know that, nothing is just there. They're fighting for a spot every day, and they have to act like that's them out there. They have to just keep going, and we'll score more goals if they keep that attitude up.
Sure. Now, you have a pretty grueling stretch coming up here. We just talked to Coach Fusco about it. You got a game tomorrow, Thursday game. You got a little bit of a break, but then next week you got 4 games in about 5 days. So, how do you prepare individually for that? And again, not to reiterate too much here, but how do you want your team to prepare, whether it's practice or just off the ice doing workouts? How do you get ready for a stretch like that?
Well, practice, we need to be going 100 miles an hour. Everyone's got to be going top speed. It's got to look good out there. And then off the ice, I think a lot of stretching. We got to loosen up our bodies and be ready for those big games.
Sure. Okay, well, we'll switch it over now to the lighter segment of our interviews. We do it with everybody, call it rapid fire. We'll start with yours because you're a unique story here in that you've been all over. In your junior hockey career, you're from Alabama, and you've played in Minnesota, you've played in Alabama, you've played in Louisiana, and you've played, I believe, in New Hampshire. Was that the other one? Yep. So you've been a little bit everywhere in this in the junior hockey world. But out of all those places, let's start with this. What would you say is your favorite type of food or favorite kind of local meal? Whether it's some Cajun food down in Louisiana or some home cooking in Alabama, seafood up in New Hampshire, wherever whatever, it could be anything. But do you have a favorite? Do you have one that sticks out to you?
Probably crawfish.
Yeah.
Down in Louisiana,
okay.
Nice and spicy.
Okay. Yeah. I like spicy. Yeah. Okay. How about in all those in all those different areas? What's your favorite kind of weather? Because I know some guys are cold weather guys in hockey, but not always.
No, I like being in the south. It's nice and warm. I don't like cold.
Hopefully we get another mild winter up there for it. It's been 2 years now, and in Pennsylvania Northeast in general, it's just been kind of warm. How about favorite rink in that same type of all your travels there? Which rink stands out to you?
Probably this rink. This is probably one of the better rinks I played in.
Nice, nice. Yeah, we got a good solid facility here.
Yeah,
It's a little chilly sometimes, but it does the job. Okay. How about your, again, growing up in Alabama, or at least being from Alabama, are you a fan of teams down near Florida? What was your favorite hockey team? Is it not located near you, or is it
Nashville Predators?
Nashville? Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, I was gonna say that was the next name I was gonna suggest. Okay, so is your favorite player from Nashville, or is it a different team?
Yeah, probably Philip Forsberg.
Okay, good question. I mean, good answer. Good answer. How about then, in terms of NHL players, who would you like to go against the most?
I'd like to go against probably McDavid or Crosby, just because of the speed and how they handle the puck.
Sure. And how about if you could pick one to be on your line? Would it be one of those two, or would it be somebody else?
Connor McDavid.
Okay.
I would switch to wing just so he can play center.
I gotcha. Okay, all right. Well, we have a couple here that we do ask everybody. This one is kind of new. We've been asking some of the Null guys this, but we also asked Rhett last week about it. As far as you pull into this parking lot, whether it's at the end of the Null practice or beginning of EHL practice, you see a lot of interesting cars out there. Who would we get one answer who sticks out the most, but let's ask it this way. If there was one car you could trade with, another player's car you would trade with, who would it be? And what car would it be?
Probably Zacho. I see him driving that Audi in sometimes.
I've seen him pulling a couple of times.
I like that one.
Like the Audis.
Yeah.
Okay. I think Kidney on the Null has one too. I've seen a couple of the Audis out there. You guys hey, nice cars. Okay, how about this is another one we ask a lot of guys. 3-on-3, and you can pick anyone on your team. I know you guys have gone into overtime before, and you may have played with 3-on-3 with a couple of your teammates already. But just if you had to pick, anyone on your roster to play 3-on-3 with in an overtime period, what would it be?
Probably pick Tyler Nielsen and Rhett.
Okay. Yeah, everyone likes Rhett on that, and I understand why. He's a reliable guy out there, and he's got good speed. Okay. Last one here. This is another one we ask everybody. The stranded on an island question. I don't know. You guys are driving up the coast or something, and you hit a rock, and you're floating out to sea all of a sudden. You end up on a deserted island. Which teammate do you want with you?
I'm probably gonna pick Starzy.
Starzy. Okay.
Kid's always making me laugh. Yeah. He's nuts. He'll find some food. I know he likes to eat.
Yeah. Okay. So all right. So you guys would have a good time. Yeah. You think you'd survive though? We differ when we ask this question. Some players pick a guy they'd have fun with, but they also say, we probably wouldn't make it off. And then some guys pick a guy that would get them off the island. So do you think it would be a little bit of both there, or do you think it's?
We'd probably procrastinate for a little bit.
Yeah.
Finally, after a while, go find some food.
Okay. All right. So you guys would have a chance. I like that. All right. Well, Austin, we wish you the best of luck this week, and then next week we'll probably talk to you guys again within that stretch between tomorrow and before you guys travel down to Philly. But again, we wish you luck. Thank you for giving us a few moments here, and best of luck moving forward.
Sir, thank you.